putting on a frontal attack. It used to be he attacked us from the back and disguised himself. But this devil in this day and time is as bold. I'm telling you, he doesn't care who you are or where you're from. He's bold. And he will attack you. And then what's happening nowadays, it used to be that the church was the leader. And the church really was the body that everybody copied off of. People would come to the church to learn their dances in the church. They come in the church to learn their music. But nowadays, it's flipped on us. It's a switch going on here. I said there's a switch going on. Look like there's compromise in the church now. Everywhere you go, and thank God it's not so here at El Shaddai when I was ministered to while ago through these powerful singers. But it seems like everywhere you go, people are compromising with God. You see, it used to be that we would have them copying off of us, but now we're copying off of them. We're trying to move like the world. We're trying to dance like the world. We're trying to even teach like the world and preach like the world. We even wearing tattoos, like the world. But let me tell you something. You better watch that merging, because see, merging is when two entities, one on the right and one on the left, they come together. And when they merge, you can't even tell one from the other. And that's the way the world is doing nowadays with the church. Trying to merge with the church where you can't tell the church from the world. I really believe it's a part of witchcraft going on. You might not like this, but I got to say it. I said I believe it's part of witchcraft. Witchcraft creeping into the church. Witchcraft is when that spirit of control is in the church. That stubborn spirit, not willing to submit to the will of God. Y'all better hear me here tonight. People are being controlled by the devil. Let me give you examples. Just the devil doesn't, he wants to camouflage himself, but he's frontal here. Look. Most people, when they go to the dentist, and the dentist says, open your mouth, they go, show everything in their mouth to a man they ain't never been to before. Every cavity, everything in their mouth. And if they go to the doctor and he says, all right, I need you to take off your clothes. They've never seen him before. Here they go. Taking off their clothes, everything. And stripping right there in his office. Then he walks in, you ain't never seen him before. And you up there in you might have that little gown on, but you're naked under the gown. And then you come to church, and the man of God, it has to be the will of God. Say, lift your hands and tell God thank you. You up there like you so bad. God gave you a hand to lift. You ought to be able to lift it and tell God thank you. But there's a spirit of stubbornness in the church. It's witchcraft. It's stubbornness against the man of God. But I bind it in the name of Jesus. You ought to be glad to jump on your feet and tell God thank you. You ought to be glad to throw your head back and holler glory. You ought to be glad to raise your hands and say, Lord, I thank you. You ought to be glad to tell God, here I am praising you right now. Attacking the church. You better be prepared for this battle, because there's a battle going on right now in your life. And let me tell you, you got to be prepared for it, or else the devil become the victor in it. You don't want him to have the victory. You got to have the victory. Tell somebody, I got to have the victory for myself. And let me just say this before I move on to this point here. Let me tell you, listen, the devil is a parasite. Say a parasite. Yeah, he comes to try to eat on you and pick on you. Yeah, he's a homeless person trying to live off of somebody. Yeah, don't ever call him a fool, because he's not a fool. The devil is a brilliant person. He's brilliant, but he's a parasite. homeless. And do you understand now why he keeps knocking on your door, trying to just tell you stuff to get you off your course where you should be going? Why? Because he wants to try to live somewhere. He doesn't have any place to live, so he's trying to knock on your door to tell you something, to get you to open your mind, open your life up to him, because he doesn't have any place to live unless he lives in you. Don't let him live in you. Tell somebody, I'm not going to let him live in me. You got to be prepared for battle, because if you're not prepared for battle, the devil will take over your life. You can't have him taking over your life. You got to have the victory on every stand. God knows you got to have. Prepare for battle. Say it, prepare for battle. I got to close here tonight, but not only that, the Lord said, there's one more thing I need to tell you. I said, there's one more thing that I need to tell you. Oh, not only must you know that every time you have divine authority moving your life, you must know that you must anticipate a demonic challenge. And not only must I tell you that you ought to prepare for battle. Not only does a corporate fight is it better than an individual fight, but God says there's one more thing you need to know. Somebody ought to shout, tell me. You ought to know this, that if you're going to come out of your battles with your hands up, I got to say that again. If you're going to come out of your battles with your hands up, if you're going to come out of your battles with your hands up, somebody ought to holler, what? If you're going to come out of your battles with your hands up, the Lord told me to tell you one more thing, and that's this. Don't stop the praise. You ought to be praising God right now. You see, that's what Moses did. Moses was on that mountaintop, and he told him, just wait till tomorrow. Don't do it today. But I want to be prepared. I'm going to get my rod, and I'm going on the mountaintop, and I'm going to hold my hands up, because I want the world to know, and I want the Israelites to know, that while I'm holding my hands up, all I'm doing is praising God. You see, when you hold your hands up, that's a sign of praise. Oh, y'all gonna talk back to me here. I said it's a sign of praise. When you hold your hands up, it means that you're giving God praise and you're giving God glory. I know sometimes your hand might get heavy, but you got to come out of whatever you're in praising the God. You see, praise is your defense weapon. A little praise will take you to heaven, but a whole lot of praise will bring heaven to you. What are you trying to tell me? I'm trying to tell you to get a little praise on your tongue and thank God from your heart. Before you know it, seem like heaven will be available, and it seems like you're almost in heaven. You can feel God's power all around you. You can feel God's spirit moving on your soul. But if you ever get the can't help it and start praising God like it just can't stop, just keep on thanking him like Mama said. The more you thank him, the more he'll bless you. If you get the can't help it, before you know it, God will stop what he's doing, look down on you, and say, I can't keep on doing what I'm doing because your praise is messing God up. He'll come down from heaven, knock on your door, and say, what you want? And whatever you want, it's a done deal. Praise will get you out of everything that the devil got you in. Oh my God, I'm getting ready to close here.